US imperialists provoked the Korean War on June 25, 1950, but they suffered a serious military defeat by the powerful strike of the Korean People's Army and failed in their attempt to occupy the whole of Korea. In order to recover their defeat, they resorted to the total germ warfare. According to the directive of US President Truman, the US Joint Chiefs of Staff drew up a plan to extensively use germ weapons in actual fighting in the autumn of 1950. On the basis of it, the US imperialists waged germ warfare against the peaceful inhabitants and cities of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Their atrocities of germ warfare reached an extreme in 1952. They dropped all kinds of germ bombs in large quantities over 160 odd regions of the DPRK on more than 800 occasions between January and March 1952. The number of the planes involved in the criminal germ warfare amounted to a quarter of those mobilized for the bombing raids of the DPRK, and sometimes as many as 480 planes sortied for the mission. In a bid to conceal their atrocities of germ warfare and increase the speed of contagion, the US imperialists chose the germs with various infection ways, high infectivity and lethality, strong resistance, and different latent periods. They used germ bombs, germ dispersion tanks, germ shells, paper bombs, and cylindrical wooden boxes as the germ dropping means, and mobilized 500 pounds and 1,000 pounds germ bombs, germ parabombs, oil box type germ bombs, and so on. In January 1952, the enemy planes intruded into the sky over Bongsan County of North Hwanghae Province and dropped non-explosive bombs in different areas. Flies, spiders, and other insects from them had been infected by typhoid, cholera, pest, paratyphoid, and dysentery bacilli. Lots of civilians writhed in agony and died owing to the vicious atrocities of germ warfare committed by the US imperialists during the war. A flight colonel of the United States, who was captured after committing atrocities of germ warfare, stated that he saw germ weapons for the first time in November 1950. He said the chairman of the US Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Chief of Staff of the US Air Force, the Chief of Staff of the US Army, and other brass heads stressed that the germ weapons were effective and low cost and should be developed enough to belong to ordinary weapons. The US imperialists were the most atrocious barbarians, and typhoid, cholera, and pest in human skin, as they waged a vicious germ warfare to exterminate the Korean people. The members of the Investigation Commission of the International Association of Democratic Lawyers, who came to DPRK in March 1952, affirmed that the germ warfare in Korea was not a war but a crime, and that it was criminal in its plan, start, and execution. The world was enraged at the atrocities of the US imperialists aimed to kill the Korean people and drive mankind into disaster by mobilizing even pest and cholera bacilli. People of Asia, Europe, and the rest of the world scathingly denounced the brutal atrocities committed by the US aggressors in Korea. The atrocities of germ warfare committed by the US imperialists in the past Fatherland Liberation War are the capital crime and heinous war crime that can neither be erased nor covered up, no matter how many years may pass, and they cannot evade the stern judgment of the Korean people and the world humanity.